Okay, thank you for introductions to me. Again, I am Chayanit, a student from Rangsit University. Today, I'm here to talk with you guys about figurative language used by American singer, a case study of love songs. Let me start by giving you some background information about this research. This is study use of figurative language by American artist named Lauv, and the data was collected from Lauv I Met You When I Was 18 albums, and figurative language in this study follow album 1999 theory. So moving on to the first topic is introductions. What is a figurative language? It is a comparative language that uses connotation referring to the words or expansion to convey messages beyond literal meanings. It's like there is no place like homes. Home connotes the comfort and family. Here's Turkey. Turkey connotes stupid. So in my opinion, sometimes when you say indirect meanings, it sounds like softer than you say direct meaning. Anyway, from this example, there are a lot to realize that figurative language is commonly used in everyday life, and studying of figurative language is beneficial for English learners to gain the better understand the direct meanings and explain them more vocabulary and gain more confidence with their language communications. And one of the best way to learn implied meanings or indirect meaning is English songs, because figurative language is often found in the song lyric, and it's also help the listener to in with the song content too. And next, each songwriter have their own listening style to capture the listener emotion or feeling. One of American artists who could use the various technique to explain the figurative language is Alice Stephen Lauv, known as Lauv. He got a degree from music technology at the New York University, and his successful run song "I'm Like Me Better" make him become well known. And this song had a worldwide hit of 270 million views on YouTube. And next is and then is listen objects. Is to investigate the frequency of figurative language in Lauv albums and to interpret the occurrence of figurative language in Lauv album too. And my research hypothesis is this hypothesize that hyperbole occur the most in Lauv song. And next is literature review. Lakshum 2014, Cotton 2015, and Litany 2015 they define figurative language. That is the indirect meaning. That is to make up a group of words, phrase, or sentence to make a figure of speech. And instead of using direct meaning, is make language become vivid. So in this study, follow album 1999 theory about figurative language. There are allusions, hyperbole, metaphor, metonymy, personification, simile, and symbolism. So in this study, studied from 10 previous study of figurative language in love songs, and I found that there are 7 previous study from 10. Hyperbole is the most frequency of figurative language were found, and metaphor is the most frequency in 3 previous study. And next, methodology. The data was collected from 17 songs of Lauv album I Met You When I Was 18 because it is the most successful Lauv album which has peaked on music charts in many continents around the world. And the theme of this song is about love experience. Based on my findings, there are almost 6,000 words where 59 tokens of figurative language were found in this album. And the data was collected from several steps. First, listening to the 17 songs from Lauv album. Second, searching the song content from internet. Third, read each song carefully. And last one, interpret each token carefully too. So under this process, there are 3 experts in the field of English were asked to validate the data. And the results is it show that there are 6 types of figurative language were found in this study. The most frequency of figurative language is hyperbole, which is 32.2%, and then is simile, 22%, metaphor, 18.6%, personification, 15.3%, symbolism, 10.2%, and last one is metonymy, it's just only 1%. So I will give you some example of figurative language were found in this problem. Let's start with the hyperbole. Is it the way you make me lose my mind? In fact, he cannot lose his mind they cannot lose our mind. So the song later implied that he lost himself because of his girlfriends. And next is similarly, I have seen you so gorgeous like a rose. This sentence uses the word like to compare the girl soul and rose to imply that he has seen the change of his ex-girlfriend from a little girl to a beautiful girl. And next is metaphor. This is not be a ghost. The song that used metaphor to describe the feeling that he did not want to be invisible like a ghost. It's mean like he doesn't want an important for his girlfriend. So next personifications. My heart is a portrait about to jump out of my chest. The heart is a part of body that can jump as human can. So the song implies that his girlfriend can make his heart beat faster because he fell in love with her. And there is symbolism, but I need room to beat. The word room in this sentence symbolizes that the private place or the private zone. So this sentence implies that he just wants a private place for himself. And next, metonymy. I found New York lay in your arms. This sentence interprets as a metonymy because New York City is referred to as a city opportunity. Is it imply that they are flying gym together? And next, discussions. I will discuss the top 3 of current figurative language found in Lauv songs. So there are hyperbole, simile, and metaphor. Hyperbole is the most productive technique that used in Lauv album. It is referring to exaggeration regards as a powerful technique that is commonly used in love songs. As you can see, the high productivity of hyperbole has occurred in this study and 7 previous studies that I showed you before. So it is unavoidable to say that love is everyone's desire. When the sonnet understands about human being with he played with the human feeling by the word fireball, whole life, and heart to convey love. Like this, I look at you now and I want this forever. A woman falling in love with a situation where a guy keep a closer on her and this look will be forever. So this intent is not only this intent not only capture the attention of the listener, but it also helps to allow the listener romantic emotion too. It's similar to this sentence. I could spend my whole life getting over you. This sentence exaggerates that he cannot forget the girl he loved by using indirect meaning to make the listener deeply understand his feeling in that situation. And there is in my heart with the memory met. The heart is a part of our body where people's emotion cannot be kept. However, the songster used his imagination to display that he can use his heart as a record of his memory. This acceleration as shown in the bold motivator is no romantic emotion. And next, although true love is people needs and some people become successful in their love or some people may not, the songwriter seem to know about this disappointment in love can occur in generally. So he tried to relate his disappointment of love with other people experience throughout the hypothetical world. It's referring to imaginative situations, and there are various use of figurative language as in hyperbole, metaphor, and simile are displayed as in example. First one is hyperbole. I walk down memory lane late at night. In reality, nobody can walk down inside our memory because memory is used to record something has happened in the past. And this enhances the song to try to describe that he's thinking about his ex-girlfriend and it's make him recall the past memory. And next is metaphor. Cause I just cannot stop this pendulum in my head. The songster compare his feeling with the pendulum. But you can imagine when the pendulum moves, it moves like a circle, right? That means he cannot move on. So this is imply that he cannot stop thinking about his ex-girlfriend. And next is simile. So there are many broken heart people stay in their imaginative world because they are not ready to accept the truth. So you can look at this example. It's like dancing when the song already over. So his heart is so hard with the relationship, although he was left by the girl he loved. He felt as if he was dancing to the song was already over. He was not ready to accept this through or being left alone. So about techniques allow the listener to get inside the song feeling and song contents. And next is conclusion. To sum up, hyperbole, the powerful techniques used in love song is can capture the listener attentions and stimulate the listener personal imagination. In addition, love songwriters try to fulfill human needs by using the technique of hyperbole to make the listener get the hypothetical world. And there is implications. So the case analysis of love song in Lauv album allow us to understand the love song in the greater detail, because instead of using direct meaning, figurative language has a greater impact on the understanding of the listener. Like by listening to the music and knowing the importance of song, listener can gain a deeper understanding of song as they imagine the song, story song as they listen to it. It's like this song, anywhere which you feel like Paris in the rain. When the listener listen to this song, they will imagine how romantic Paris would be in the rain. So it's said, so Paris City is known as a romantic space. The song implies that wherever he going with his girlfriend, that means it's always romantic. It said at that moment he was in love, and the word Paris in this sentence also makes song lyrics stand out. And the limitation of this study is about the time, because I have the only one semester to study this. And then it's recommendations. The result of this study to author love song may not be optimal. So is it recommend that the future research to investigate figurative language in love song should add more data collections in order to make the result of the study become generalizable? And in addition, investigating other types of songs such as pop and rock are also encouraged in order to compare with the result of this current study. So thank you.
Thank you very much. So any question? Anyone? Any question?
Okay, as her advisor, can I say something about this?
Yes, please.
Okay, Chayanit, excellent, right? You did a very good job, right? Through your study, right? You pay attention, you listen to me, and then you try so hard until you get it done today, right? Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I have a question. Okay, so it is a really interesting research paper. So in the future, so how would you plan to expand your research?
Explain my research.
Yeah.
In the future, I just want how I explain my future research. I will use the techniques of this research to improve my next research about the figurative language in other like other the like sad song, because right now I'm because right now I'm studying the love song, right? So I'm really interested about the sad song, because it will be have the like we will have the more information about the sad song in the figurative language.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. So you try to do more of other category to gain whether it gives you the pattern or something different.
Yes.
Right. Okay. At the moment, I just want to say that it's very nice. I never heard of Lauv, but I have to go and listen to Lauv before I present you, because to be into it, and I think you are into Lauv with love. I think. Anyway, so does the result in this study give you any differences from the previous one? Because I've seen only the confirmation that confirmed from the previous study, right? So does this result really give you something differences from the previous research?
I studied the previous study from Figurative in Love song, right? And 7 studies same. The result is same with me. It's hyperbole is yeah.
Okay.
And then they have a previous study is a metaphor. Yeah, it's different from my study.
Okay, so that means the other 3 used the metaphor more than the hyperbole.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Anyone? Okay, compliment from the chat box from
Yeah.
from
Yes.
Dr. Apinan.
Chayanit, this is Ajahn Peter here. I just wanted to say how proud of you I am. And it goes back to our keynote speaker on motivation. My question to you is being able to compile your report on something that you really, really enjoyed. Don't you find that incredibly motivating? Because for me, when I have my independent study students do figurative language, I super recommend that they find music that they really, really, really enjoy. So when they sit down to do the analysis, it's fun. You know, I don't think you would have had as much fun doing figurative language in Shakespeare's poems. So from the motivation factor, don't you think that being able to present a report on something that you truly love makes it much easier for you?
Can you repeat it again?
Boy, it was long. Real short. Do you think you achieved a lot of motivation because of the fact you were doing your presentation and your academic paper on something that you really, really love? Don't you think that increases your level of motivation? And I went so far as to compare it. If you had to do a paper on Shakespeare, do you think you would have been as motivated?
Do your study motivate you to study more in the future?
Again.
Okay. Do you love when you do think about yourself when you're doing Lauv song? Have you enjoyed doing that? Yes, right? When that means you have motivation.
Yes.
If you pick the thing that you do, like the cookbook before, like the song that you do right now, that means you are into it. Once you feel for something, then you can continue your research and you make, you know, like the end of the tunnel with the big light on that, something like that. Okay? So, and I agree on that. Okay? So, anyway, congratulations again with your presentation. Many people support you, Chayanit. So thank you very much. So now the first